Today we are going to see a pawn structure called the Capablanca variation. And as you know, this Capablanca variation comes in the Caro-Can and also in the Queen's Gambit decline. And the main feature of the Capablanca variation is this: d takes e4 and knight takes e4. And as you know, these are the theoretical moves of the Caro-Can. And here mainly the bishop, the light square bishops comes out, and this structure also sometimes occurs in the French. And in the French, the French bishop will be stuck on c8, but in the Caro-Can, this bishop comes to f5 and to g6, and white tries to exchange the bishop, and blacks give away his bishop pair. But white's bishop pair cannot do anything because black's pawn structures are good. So black can give away his pawn structure, bishop pair. So then after bishop to d6, now c3 and knight to f6 and h4, bishop takes f4, bishop takes f4 and h6. Here after this h4 move, black shall play h6 and keep his light square bishop, because it will be, or else it will be trapped. So the structure I want to show you is after h5, bishop to h7 and knight to f1, knight to d5, bishop to g3, knight d7, knight to d2, queen e7, castle shot, rook to d8, rook f d8, and bishop to f3, knight to f6, and queen e2, and the a5, a4, knight b6, rook e1, and knight to e8. Now knight to e4, knight d5, and as you can see, all are logical moves, all are logical developing moves. White brings both his rooks to the center, and also black here puts his rook on the center. So these are the main ideas for both the sides in this structure. So the structure which I was talking about is this, and finally the pawn comes to c4, and this is the Capablanca structure. This is the structure, crucial structure, and here the white has more space and blacks doesn't have more space. His blacks only advantage here is the open d file. Black will try to double his rooks on the d file, because the d4 pawn is the weak pawn for white. And here mostly black's plans are first to exchange the light square bishop. So what is here for mainly for white does is, as he has more space, he has more mobility of his pieces. So white normally tries to exchange the central pawns. So when the central pawns are exchanged and the game has an open center, there will be more attacking chances for white, because his pieces are rapidly developed to good squares and have the initiative. So white's aim would be to open up the center and create an attack. Black must try to stop it. So the only way for black to stop it, first he must exchange the light square bishop, and then next he will try to double the rooks on the d file. And black's main plan here is to simplify the position. So black's major plan should be to simplify the position and exchange the pieces. So as he exchanges pieces, the game would be simplified. And then also sometimes black pushes e5 or c5 to break in the center, so to undermine white's center and to get space for his pieces, to maneuver his pieces. So these are the plans for both the sides. Black must be careful sometimes in the opening. Black's weak points are in this structure are the e6 and f7 pawns. So many times in the Caro-Can, as you can see, in this structure there will be lot of sacrifices on e6 or f7 point. So this e6 and f7 are the crucial weaknesses. Here black must castle quickly, or else he would be facing with king stuck in the center. So there will be an attack with a sacrifice like knight takes e6 or bishop takes e6, or there will be a sacrifice even on f7. So black must be careful with it. White will put his knight on f4 and attack on e6. So sometimes what happens, there will be a pawn on c4. So black will try to bring his light squared bishop to h3 by pushing g3. By pushing g3, he will put his bishop on h3 and attack e6. So that also will be a plan for white. So here in this pawn structure, black should try to somehow get out of his cramping position, and this is the pawns on c6 and e6 are solid for him, solid pawns. So as you can see, Caro-Kann is a solid opening. It is a world championship opening, so many times there will be this variation, the Capablanca variation, and the Capablanca variation also comes in Queen's Gambit declined. You can see this structure, and also it comes in many other openings. Sometimes even in the Scandinavian, it occurs in the Scandinavian opening. So the main plans for here for black and white are these, which I have described. So let's see the game. So the game goes, then the light square bishop exchanges. So black exchange one of the minor pair. Then queen to g5. Now bishop to f3. Rook to d7. Queen c2. Queen d8. Queen b3. Knight to f6. Bishop to e5. Knight to c8. As you can see, the other pair of minor pieces are also exchanged, and as you can see, now white tries to break open the center. So now after exchanging the pawns, black now doesn't want to open the center, so he puts e5 instead of taking on d5. So then after bishop to g4, now rook c7. Bishop takes the knight and the rooks are doubled on the c5, and white wants to get to the end game as he has the initiative. Now queen b6. As you can see, the rooks are exchanged, and then queen check, and also the queens are exchanged now. So there will be an end game where white has the majority on queen side. So this was what he was aiming for. So white has the majority, so black must play very accurately here. So this will be the end game where the players should play very carefully, should know the end game. So I just wanted to show you the pawn structure and the ideas behind it. So I'll be meeting you in the next video with another pawn structure. So if you like the videos, please like it and share it to your friends. Thank you all.